Welcome to this week's Whiskey Burn. I have a special tasting and a request from Fortune Cookie 187 who got in touch saying, have you tried the Glenfiddich Project XX, which stands for 20 experimental series. This is number 2. Look at that. Love the texture on this, love it on here. I'm going to talk all on here, what's on the bottle, if repeated. This is it says here, tasting notes, summer fruits and candy floss. So I'm expecting something very sweet from Glenfiddich. Brian Kinsman is the guy, he's the master distiller at Glenfiddich. He's the one who came up with this. And the idea was he got 20 whiskey ambassadors from 16 different countries, all to create this special single malt Scotch whiskey. Now, I haven't tried this at all. In fact, I'm not going to lie, until Fortune Cookie 187 got in touch saying, have you tried it? Why not give it a go? I had never even heard of it. It says on the front, 20 mines, 1 unexpected whiskey. And the address at the bottom on the back, it says Project XX, which is 20. Brian Kinsman invited 20 whiskey experts from 16 countries to the Glenfiddich distillery, where they had complete freedom to explore the warehouse and choose any single cask of Glenfiddich whiskey that intrigued them the most. The final 20 chosen casks represent some of the most astonishing whiskies under our care. This unique whiskey is a recreation of that extraordinary initial small vatting. Okay? Pioneering mindset. There's a fair bit on here. We've made a habit of reinventing the single malt whiskey category throughout our history. The Glenfiddich experimental series pushes whiskey boundaries and challenges traditions to create a range of groundbreaking whiskies. Skillfully crafted, drink responsibility, and it doesn't have any tasting notes apart from this at the front. So let's get in it, see what the bottle looks like. It's got it's got texture on its triangular box there. I do like the Glenfiddich triangle bottle. Their label that I feel like it's a sticker. This is number 2 batch. The front sticker is a complete repeat of the front of that. It just says tasting notes, summer fruits and candy floss, independent. And on the back, the usual, very little. Percentage wise, it is 47%. So that for me is you will get potentially a touch of the alcohol smell. So like I say, I have never had this. I've never tried it. I did some research. It's actually quite interesting. This is like a number of their sort of experimental whiskies. So all I've got to go on is summer fruits and candy floss. So I'm expecting something very sweet. So it smells like your traditional Glenfiddich 12. With a hint, I said grass. This is going to need a little bit of airing because it's changing as I'm smelling it. Okay. Let's have a little splash there. This, approximately £50, £55. I'm sure one day it'll go on offer. Quite a deep golden colour on that. And now it's become quite clear, quite pure smell. I can smell the alcohol quite quickly. If anyone remembers what I was saying with alcohol is the higher the percent, the less you can sort of breathe in. Because you start breathing in, it's smell, then you get an alcohol hit. So yeah, it smells like the Glenfiddich 12. It's got a touch of grass and a tiny bit of fruit. I'm going to just let that air a bit. Now, the bottle is black. A black bottle there. The Glenfiddich Project XX or 20, whatever you want to call it. Series number 2. I didn't even know they had a series 1. There you go. That was in 2016 and it's been going on since then. Okay. It's got a medium finish and it's fruits and a little spice for me. I definitely wouldn't say I'm getting the candy floss on this. Definitely wouldn't. The smell is grass and fruits for me. Just give it a really good circle because we want to get the air into this because it's been in the bottle for, I don't know, however long. Yeah, I'd say there's more fruits. I really was hoping for that candy floss. You know, real sweetness there. It's nice though. It's nice. This would be a nice present. If you had 50 quid, you wanted to buy someone a nice whiskey that they'd potentially not heard of. This is a good one. This is, it looks the part. Textured box, and the black bottle, the fact it's called Project XX, it just adds a little bit more to what you're getting someone. Okay, here we go. More fruits. It's the ice, the cooling, the slightly watering down is opening it up, and tiniest bit of candy floss. Tiny bit of candy floss, but it's opening the fruits up a bit, which is really nice. And I think cooling a whiskey can really make a difference. It's still, I'm getting a bit of a kick at the back of the mouth. I can just get fruits. Tiniest bit of candy floss, but it is a lovely drink. It's obviously smoother with ice, this one. Trying to get more flavours out of the drink. Back of the mouth is where you taste this and you get your full flavour. It's a full whiskey, if that makes sense. Even with the ice, it's not a big powerful bang hit. You get your typical Glenfiddich taste and you get a lot of fruits. The candy floss, I get a touch on the nose, like really just a small bit. Nothing on the lips, very little on the front of the mouth and the tongue. This is the back of the throat. This is like, yeah, you're going to taste this now, even with the ice. And you don't overly taste the alcohol, even though it's a 47%. It's a nice whiskey. It's a nice whiskey. For me, personally, I would say this is very, very similar to the Glenfiddich 12. But it has that nicer box, it has the black bottle, it has the sort of the label, the niceness, the bit of history, the fact that 20 different people have created this. I think it's quite nice. And it's sort of got something special to it as well. So there we go. Thanks for that. This tasting is simply because someone commented. So there we go. Comment and I could be doing a tasting on a bottle that you choose, providing it isn't silly money. But that's it for this week. Tasting the Glenfiddich Project XX Series number 2. Again, thanks for the comment, for suggesting this. It's a nice whiskey. This is like end of the night whiskey. You know, it's a nice whiskey. It's like, yeah, sit down. Oh, we've finished dinner. Let's all sit and watch telly and have a nice glass of whiskey. I'd say that's this one. This is nice. Right, next week on the Whiskey Burn, it's my top 3 whiskies of 2025. And this year I've tasted more whiskies than ever. And, well, I don't know what to say than that. It's going to be an interesting one. There's some people out there who've been in touch saying, oh, it's going to be this, this, this. You might be surprised. You really, really might be surprised. Anyway, that's it for this week. Thanks for the suggestion on this one, the Glenfiddich Project XX. Enjoy your whiskey. Catch you next week on the Whiskey Burn. Remember to subscribe and like. Cheers. Sláinte.